You make a like, now you not like it. You know I dealt with you the nicest. Nobody touched me in a rush. Nobody touched me in a crisis. I believe that all of your dreams are duration. You took my heart, all my keys, and my patience. You took my heart, I'ma see for decoration. You mistaken with love, I brought for you for foundation. All that I wanted from you was to give me something that I never had, something that you never seen, something that you never been. But I wake up and nothing's wrong. Just get ready for work, 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 work. To me, I be work, 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 work. To me, I be work, 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 work. See me do me dirt, 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 dirt. Tell me about that work, 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 work. When you walk a line, in the girl, and try me, I deserve it. Nothing to be lurking.
Yeah.
You make a like, now you not like it. You know I dealt with you the nicest. Nobody touched me in a rush. Nobody touched me in a crisis. I believe that all of your dreams are duration. You took my heart, all my keys, and my patience. You took my heart, I'ma see for decoration. You mistaken with love, I brought for you for foundation. All that I wanted from you was to give me something that I never had, something that you never seen, something that you never been. But I wake up and nothing's wrong. Just get ready for work, 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 work. To me, I be work, work, work.
Hey y'all, it's Mocha Mima. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Mocha Mima Media. Thank you so much for coming. You guys, I couldn't start this broadcast out without giving my condolences and prayers of comfort and strength to the family of the great, the icon, the legend, the moment, the woman that so many women look up to for her strength, for her perseverance, the great, great Tina Turner. Let me just play this. This has got me today. Let me just play this for you.
Your eyes, I get lost. You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone I ever met. I'm stuck on your heart. I hang on every word you say. Tear us apart. Baby, I would rather be there. In your heart, I see the start of every night and every day. In your eyes, I get lost. You're simply the
I really, that what a loss for all of us. What a loss. But y'all, the thing about it is, I played my, oops, sorry y'all, hit the wrong thing. So with that, this show right here, when I tell you this show pissed me off, hey Shakira, thank you for coming. This show pissed me off. Ugh. These people. Let me tell you something. I am done. And this right here. Well, first of all, let me go here before I get, because I'm already feeling my blood pressure going up. Last week they had 339,000 viewers. This week they got the demo. They got 1.0.10 of the 18 to 49 demo. So they got 0.361 million, which is 361,000 viewers, which is good. So I'm glad that the show was doing good. But yet, Shakira, child, listen. Wait, this okay. Girl, we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. Cause I am pissed off right here. And I put the little dog for that freaking Milo. Hey Angie, thank you guys so much for coming. Please like and subscribe. Listen, they didn't have to do what they did. They really didn't have to do what they did. The episode starts off. Oh, we're here for Summer House Martha's Vineyard, Season 1, Episode 3, House Divided. It's the house on some BS. Let me get it there. The one that should have been leaving with Phil, which should have been his freaking friend Bria and her hairy dog. They should have both been going because I'm sick of both of them. Tired of them. I am so sick of them. So it starts off, Amir and Phil are continuing their argument from last week. Everybody starts going. Preston, Nick, they want Phil out. So then everyone, they're going, what's going on? What's going on? So then Jordan goes in to talk to Phil. She's talking calmly. Next thing you know, they're getting into it. She's cussing them out. Security and production has to come over. So they're going back and forth. Phil is just downright freaking disrespectful. The group they all get together while Mariah and Phil are in the kitchen. Mariah comes from outside because she's out, in the pool house where she's staying. She comes inside, Phil and Mariah in the kitchen talking, not knowing what's going on in the other room. They're voting to put Phil out. So they all decide to put him out. Then Bria, who I'm so sick of, she pops up and she says, because she's a black Karen. I'm gonna keep it 100. That's me saying it. You guys don't have to agree. But if somehow, some way they hear this video, Bria, you're a black Karen. And I'm saying it with my full chest. If you got something to say, Mocha Mima Media or Mocha Mima on almost all platforms, get at me. Anyway, Bria says she wants Mariah gone. Then they all go back and forth. Oh, you can't be putting your hands on people. She didn't put her hands on her. Mariah pushed the stuff on her. And then Bria really hit Mariah. But anyway, so they decide. Bria talks to Phil. He's pissed off. He leaves. Then Jasmine has to go and talk to Mariah. So Jasmine is upset but Jasmine did not stand up for her friend. Like you were saying, Shakira, she ain't stand up for her friend. She didn't see what happened. She went off of what Jordan said to her last week at the dinner. And that was on some BS. That was on some BS. No, it doesn't matter how Bria's disrespectful and how she's acted up over the past 3 days that they've been here. That's okay, but they're just going to kick Mariah out. But anyway, Mariah, I felt that Jasmine gaslit Mariah. She didn't do a full gaslight. She did a mini gaslight. Hey, Aubrey. She did a mini gaslight, but she did gaslight Mariah. Mariah says that she'll have her back. Then Shanice, there's other stuff going there with them. No, they're not her friends. They're all a bunch of fake mofos. And you know what? No offense to the white people if you're watching, but they're giving me like white frat house like some of the white people do. And I'm like, listen, can we really have this show set apart from what the white people do in Summer House and all these other things? Like, please. I don't want this show to be like that. But anyway, Shanice is in the bathroom. She comes out with some drawers on and no shirt in front of a mirror. Girl, what are you doing? This is not the freaking Playboy Club, girl. What are you coming out like that for? So she comes out. Yep, yes, Aubrey. She comes out and talks to Amir with no top on. Amir, in his confessional, he debates messing with Shanice versus Jordan. He goes through that whole thing. He doesn't want to mess it up. Like he thinks he really has a shot with Jordan, which I don't think he does. But anyway, he then they do whatever and they go to sleep. The next morning, Amir goes and talks to Mariah, and I'm like, here he go. He tries to be peacemaker and tries to be good guy. You have to watch sometime those good guys. So he goes and he talks. Bria gets a call from Simon, who's talking to the dog. Then she feels embarrassed about what Phil did, how he acted up. You should feel embarrassed about yourself, girl. But anyway, Jasmine talks to Mariah once again. I don't on some BS. I'm so sick of him. Shanice calls Phil. They argue and he hangs up on her. Mariah is mourning her friendships because she knows now she cannot trust these girls because these girls are no good. They're a bunch of mean girls, and it's just a whole bunch of like rich kid on some cat BS. And I'm listen. They made me debate whether or not I even wanted to still watch this show. They really made me debate. Let me finish because I'm getting myself upset. So as Mariah, they show Mariah leaving. They all ask Jasmine about Mariah and they act concerned. I'm like, if this ain't some horse crap right here. Then Amir comes out and tells him, oh, well, you know what? It was my fault. I did do that. I was trying to tell them, but I just let them go ahead. And they like laugh it off. I'm like, really? That's what really got me upset, that they like laughed that out. Y'all make sure you hit that like button. And that right there, like I'm telling you, I had to watch this literally 4 times because I was so upset about the whole way that went down. Like you could tell these is not people with hood loyalty or nothing, because it wouldn't have gone down like that. So they're all getting ready for a field day. Alex is talking about how he's changed, how he used to be an F boy, basically. And then as they're all, yeah, he didn't apologize or intervene. So Alex is talking about Shanice, about how he's changed and he's going back and forth. She's his type, but he had heard some things about her. He then talked to her about personal space because he had his hand, or she had his hand up, whatever the case was. So in the Uber, oh wait, let me take this off because I'm tired. Oh, I didn't mean to do that because I'm tired of looking at Phil because he gets on my nerves. So in the Uber, Amir tells all the men that Shanice showed her boobs, and they talk about how they kind of laughed that off or whatever. And he talks about how, they talk about how they're attracted to Jordan, and I'm like, what's his name really thinking? Silas really thinking about all that. They get to the beach, and a lot of you, I don't know if you've seen the Inkwell. Let me make this bigger so you could all see it. The Inkwell. If you've seen the movie The Inkwell, Lorenz Tate was in it when he was like a teenager, I believe, or maybe early 20s. So the Inkwell is the beach that they go to, and Jasmine gives the history on it, and they called it that because that's where the black people were, and the white people that were up there saw all the black people, and they called it the Inkwell. And it's just a famous beach up there. I've never gone, but I have friends and family members that have been up there, and I hopefully I make it up there one day. So they then go and they have the games there at the Inkwell Beach. Oh, and Amir talks about in Texas how they downplay Black history, and Texas is where they make most of the school. I think they make all of the school books for like K through 12 for the whole country are basically made in Texas. So they kind of filter what history goes into those books. So that's why we don't get a lot of Black history or correct Black history in those books. But anyway, they play lots of silly games, spinning around, and the water game and all that BS that they're doing, all those games. And then when they take a break from everything, Amir's trying to do this thirst trap video that fails because he steps on the shell. Then he asks Jordan to go and take a walk with him over to the water, trying to make his his little subtle move. He has a whole plan that he lets us know about. So then Shanice goes over and talks to Alex, and she's trying to, explain herself about the whole thing with the personal space thing. And then Alex goes into how someone sent him an article about how she stalked her ex. And the ladies are trying to clean that up in their confessionals, but I'm calling cap on all of that. Hey, Miss Ippy, how are you? I call cap on all that because I got a little bit of tea when this is all over to share with you all about Shanice and that ex, and some stuff to show you about Phil. But anyway, in the ladies' confessionals, they're all talking. Oh, she didn't do it. She called. Jasmine says, well, she did call him 18. She called him a bunch of times, but since he didn't answer, it's going to show up 18 times. Girl, that's stalking. If you call someone that many times, like, come on. So, like I said, Shanice did well. She says, well, I did do some of that. Alex is not interested in the crazy. He shuts her down. Then the bird, like this was a totally black people thing. All the birds come and they start chirping, and then everybody's like, oh, time to go. They pack up and they leave. So that part for me was funny. But y'all, this is what, let me see. Let me start first with Phil. So Mr. Phil, like they never really, they gave us no bio or nothing on him. So at the beginning, when he was arguing with Amir, he says his name. He said Phil Brooks. So of course I got to do my little investigating, Google and smoogle and investigating spills. So I find him right here. Bam! I find him. But he got all his stuff. It was funny, Miss Iffy. He got all his stuff locked down, so you can't see it. So that's him there. Phil J.K. Brooks. He does comedy, investing, crypto, and all that stuff. So I found him here. Let me go to my next slide on him. Just the next one. Yes. Also, Twitter, same thing. He's a comedian and all that stuff. He got his stuff locked down. But like DJ Richie Sky follows him, and some other people I know, they follow him, and someone I know that's an actor. Listen, girl, Angie, you just don't know the skills I got. Y'all, listen, people sleep on Mokamima. Let me tell you, people sleep on Mokamima, but those that know, they know the deal. Mokamima got mad skills. So let me see what else I have to show y'all. Okay, so then, all right, let me stop showing that, and then I'm gonna show you something else. Okay, so then this one here, Miss Shanice, let's see. Miss Shanice, I just gotta make sure I'm not showing nothing to. All right, Miss Shanice Henderson. She used to have a page called it was Shanice Jordan. That was her original page. Now let me see here. I gotta find the other page of hers. Wait a minute. Let me stop that for 1 minute. I gotta go. I'm still getting okay with StreamYard, y'all. I still gotta get used to all of this. Where is it? Oh, where is my? Oh, wait. Before I do that, I want to show you this right here about Mr. Phil. Mr. Phil has his website. That's him. That must be a younger picture because he looked like he's put some weight on since then. So that's Mr. Phil right there. So here is his bio. Philip Joshua Kyle Brooks for the Phil J.K. Brooks. He was born in Bethesda, Maryland, January 1990. He's the same age as one of my daughters. Got a bachelor's degree in business administration with the concentration in international business and master's in marketing management in December of 2013. Phil, I want to see the transcripts and I want to see the degrees. I want to see both. because some sources I had said that you weren't finished. So this must be old, because in here he's saying he's newly 25 and he's not 25 now. So this is a really old website he had. So here's his portfolio with his little bird chest pictures. There it is. There him in some underwear if y'all are interested. Here he is. Yeah, you could tell he was. Look at there's one for y'all. Here, bam. But it looks like a child. So here is his resume. Listen. He's sounding like another Martell. Here's all his stuff for you, in case you want to buy him suits and all that stuff. And that's a no way. I'll put your comments up when I get back over to the other side to see it. Here's his education and whatnot. But that's his education as far as learning his craft, I guess, being a comedian and doing commercials and all that. I don't remember seeing him on commercials. Maybe y'all did. If you did, let me know in the chat if you've seen him and stuff. But this is the stuff he's done. He has a blog. This is from 2015. His comedy shows and whatnot. 24. Okay, so looks like maybe the last he posted was in 2015. So let me stop sharing that. I'm saying, did I have anything else with him? No, that was it with him. So y'all, he just gets on my nerves. So then, now my next thing, like I said, was Little Miss Shanice, who is, she just, So let me see. So this next slide, this here, she didn't tell us she was an OnlyFans model. That was one thing she didn't say. Let's see. Let me go to the comments. What'd you say? He was? Yes, he was listen. He was an extra on Insecure. He had like a reoccurring extra role, and I remember seeing him sitting. I didn't go back and watch the episodes, which I should have, but they showed him like sitting next to Molly. So it was nothing that was all that big that he did in the show. And I looked at some other stuff and checked it out. So he was her boyfriend. I mean, he looks familiar. Like I've seen him in some stuff, but they try to act like he was just big star Insecure. Like he wasn't like the dude that played Issa Rae's boyfriend. So like he's still up and coming. Like his stuff is all wide open in the whole 9 yards. But I want to get back to this OnlyFans Instagram thought here with the looking like Facetune and everything else. Y'all could go on her IG to take a look at her and see what she got going on, because she's a mess. But let me show you. Let me go to this so I can show you. Where is my? Okay, here it is. And you guys may have seen this because a lot of content creators have been putting this out with her. And this thing with these ads is getting on my nerves about Norman Towns, her ex. And he talks about how he broke up with her after he finds out that she said in some text messages, she said she slept with somebody else. She's a freaking nut. She's a nut. So let me see. Here's this one, and I'll link it in here. So I'll link this in here so you can go and see all the. Look at this. Look at this. Crazo. She's a crazo. She's a nut. She's a nut. And he had put this in his Instagram stories. And I checked this Instagram, that the stories, I guess they leave out after whatever, but he must have saved it and gave it to this, or they either screenshot and got this, because apparently people knew who she was back then. I'd never heard of her before this. But that's her And she may have this. I'm going to take a look at it while you guys look at that. Let me. So she could have the same Instagram, because what you can do is with Instagram, you can change your name on it and still keep your same followers. So she might. So see here, dental hygiene. I'm like, okay, but like I said, this was her account back then, and here's his thing. There's 7 pages of these crazy tweets. Like here's what on her computer. Like look at this. Like who does that? Like sometimes women play games, men do too, but sometimes you play games by doing stuff like this. Like come on, sis. So here's this stuff, these things. Like I said, I won't go through all of it because it's like she's gonna send stuff to HBO. Like what is HBO? HBO's not gonna do nothing. They're not gonna do nothing to him. Like girl, like come on. Like really. Like come on. And they're saying, oh they're like they think like he made the stuff up. Come on now. He didn't make all this up. I'm just gonna go through all of it so you guys can get an idea. And like I said, I'll put the link in the description of the video so you can see it. I know I'm going through this quick because I want to keep you guys here all evening. But look at this. She's a nut. Cussing him out, follow me. Look at this. Crazo is what she is. A real crazo. And she think he shouldn't. I don't blame him. I put her stuff out there too. Look at her. Like what? Like what makes people get crazy? Like I don't know. Is it hormonal? But I mean, I understand. Back then, I used to do crazy stuff. I mean, I've done crazy stuff. Not this crazy, but I've done some. I've done some. She went and had pizza sent to his house. I heard. Got stuff put in his name, like all kind of stuff. He had to move into a hotel. He also, because I was looking at his Twitter. I went on his Twitter and I went all the way back to then in 2021. He had gone out to Hawaii and he stayed out in Hawaii for a while just to get away from her. He stayed in Hawaii. Look at her putting him on OnlyFans. Oh, here's the Domino's order. Like what, girl? And the thing about it is, I mean, they're cuter, but I mean, if you're crazy, I mean, it don't matter how cute you look or whatever, or you could do better if the person is just nuts, if they're just crazy. And then here's the last of it. I don't know who Quincy is, but I could probably just. Quincy, are you picking me up? LOL. And taking you to your boyfriend? Ooh. See? Right? What kind of, y'all, what in the whole bag douchebag is going on? What the? What? That's the end of that. But then I wanted to show you, I have one more thing to show you about little Miss Shanice. Wait, let me go. I'm going to show you one last thing. Let's see here. I'm going to let that marinate for a minute. He filed this November 1st, 2021. Now she said, oh, he was still texting me and threw it out. Yeah, they did dispose of it. Here's everything for the case. But I wanted to open it. I couldn't open it because they charged. I had glanced at it quick and I thought it said $50 a month, but they want to charge $150 a month for you to have it. Once my channel blows up and gets big, then I may invest in it because I can get all the court information. But until then, we're just going to stick with looking at this regular stuff here. So here's when he filed the case. And he filed it. Here's the docket information. He did get the temporary restraining order on 11/1, and they had a hearing. I guess they did a quick hearing there so he could get it. Then they had a minute order, and a minute order is just a short decision that the judge makes, but rather than have like a big trial thing. The judge just makes a short little order because they just have it's like a fact-finding type thing. So let me go back to this. So there's a minute order. Then there's a minute order. There's the hearing is set for a few weeks later. He filed to make sure it's reissued on there. Court date is held. They continue it. They do another minute order. So now this is over a month. He still has the restraining order. Here's a notice that they sent that he filed. I guess they were going to get rid of it maybe or whatever. I'm not sure exactly how things go out in California where they reissued it. So they still kept the order in effect. Here's where they did a minute order and they dismissed it. I guess because he may have wanted her prosecuted. So sometimes with protective orders that and I'm not a lawyer. I'm just going off of the limited knowledge that I have off of these things, that he wanted her prosecuted, and they maybe found that there was not enough evidence. Like she might have said that he was still texting her or whatever, because maybe he was trying to, mitigate, everything and trying to calm her down or whatever, and then they stopped. So that's it with that whole thing. So let me go back here to the comments. Let's see. We'll go back. Let's see here. So, okay, I don't know what you mean there, Shakira, but you guys will tell me in the comments. I know I'm way behind. So, yeah, she was nuts. Yeah, that was who does that? Who does that unless you're thirst trapping or unless you want to get done up? You want somebody to get it on and pop it in the house. That's the only reason why. And in the upcoming episodes, it looks like it's her, I think, that may be naked in front of what's his name, Simon, Bria's boyfriend, when he comes, that gets in the hot tub. They show somebody getting in the hot tub, and it may be her after they made sure they put poor Mariah out. So who knows? Who knows? So listen, I'm going to drop the link in case somebody wants to come up. And I'm going to drop the link. But in the meantime, I'm going to go through these comments. Miss Iffy says, what scares me even more, she thought this was funny when asked about it on the show. Yeah, mothers need to hide their sons away from her. I totally agree. Yes, that was a court case, Aubrey. Yes, Selena, she is nuts. She is totally nuts. So yes, Alex, you do not need that at all. And yeah, most men can't handle themselves, but yeah, that is. But listen, sometimes a man can't handle crazy. Can't handle crazy. Yeah. So yeah, that right there is just it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. I'm like I've never seen like I've seen some stalkerish cases and whatnot, but like for her to say that, then she says, well, they're saying all this stuff. She said, well, I did do some of this stuff. Well, you know what? How about you? What did you actually do, sis? What did you do? Like, it's crazy. Hey, hi, vibe. How are you, sis? Good to see you. Like, what did you actually do, sis? That's what I want to know. What did you actually do? Like, this, it's crazy. That is crazy. So, y'all, the link is dropped if anybody wants to come up and give their thoughts about this episode. Um, to me, because of what happened, the episode, let's see, I'll give the episode a 7, only because let me know in the comments what you give the episode, everyone. I'm only gonna give it a 7 because I didn't like what they did to Mariah. Phil, they yes, put Phil out. Phil had to go because he is trouble and he is problem. But Mariah, they did not have to do that. They didn't have to do that. Especially the fact that they sat there and talked, and Amir was in the room when they talked, and he agreed that she should go instead of him saying, "You know what, guys, it was my fault that all this happened. So can we just keep her here?" He didn't do that. He didn't man up and say, "Listen, it was my fault." So, you know, yeah, Aubrey, you give it a 7, yeah, because it didn't. That right there, like that could have cleared everything up. I still want Bria gone, and it looks like next week that she's gonna be there acting up and everything. But it's just absolutely ridiculous to me. Absolutely ridiculous to me. And Bravo is really keeping it tight. Oh, you give it a 5? Yeah, I understand that. They're really not letting out how many episodes or anything. I've been trying to find information. I can't find anything about it at all. Like I said, they didn't even get put a bio on Phil. They could have put a little something out there. They put nothing. And it makes me wonder, do they? No, Miss Ippy. No, no. No, Miss Ippy. But know what? You're across the pond, so you guys think different than we do over here in the U.S. We want that biatch to go on. We can't stand her. Yes. Know what, y'all? What is that on Jasmine's face? I was like, listen, I watched Dr. Pimple Popper and everything else. Is it what, a 10? I watched Dr. Pimple Popper and everything. So I'm looking at her saying, is that an epidermoid cyst? Is that a pilar cyst on her face? What is that? Because like when she has makeup on, it's covered up. So then I was like, is that like a birthmark or something on her face? I try to figure out what it is when I look at her. And then I watched the show and I'm like, how did these people get picked? After hearing them say, yeah, Aubrey, that's what I was thinking, some type of birthmark. I started thinking, how did they get picked to be on the show? Why? Listen, then listen, I'm 58 years old, but then the young, there's still like a 8-year-old in me. Why can't they pick me for a show? I have a funny life. That's what I'm thinking. How they get on the show? I want to be on the show. Listen, y'all, I'm a mess. I am an absolute mess. I am a mess. So y'all, I'll keep watching. I gotta make sure that they're on because this is a holiday weekend, but hopefully they'll still be on. But you know how Bravo gets sometimes when it comes to the holiday weekends, and you won't know too much ahead of time if they're gonna air the show or not. Let me look and make sure I did have everything. Oh, y'all also. Yeah. Oh no, and that was the other thing at the end. No, I almost forgot about. You brought that up because I ended it. Um, why didn't I mention? Did I? How did I miss it? Wait a minute. You know what? Okay, they had the games. They went home. Did I talk about that? About Silas getting upset when they had the steak dinner after. No one. I did. I missed that part. Um, when they had the dinner and Amir was talking about his mother and the cooking and listen, when Preston brought that up about um that when he said, "Oh, on I don't know, Aubrey, if there's a what you call it, a Playboy Club." I listen. Yeah, she does. I want to know because that's where Kanye West and all them live in Calabasas. When he said to Preston, "Do you put crackers, or breadcrumbs, or crackers on that macaroni and cheese?" I was like, "What?" When he said that, hell no, we don't put that up there. And Silas said that that's the way you do not want to get invited to a black cookout. But that food was looking good that they had, and then they started talking about Jasmine staying out late and getting drunk because she had that life before, and they started talking about their shenanigans at the Playboy Club, and Silas is controlling, and it could be that he was brought up in a Liberian household, and his parents probably have traditional views and everything, and she goes into the truth booth, which is just a couch in a room, and she's talking about is this how it's supposed to be for the next whatever years and whatnot. And also, then Nick, now listen, when at one point Alex is talking about Nick, and I'm thinking when he's talking, is he gonna say that Nick is really gay? That's what I'm wondering. Is he gonna say this is gay and he's all just putting up a front? But then it's still giving. I'm still getting weird vibes. And then Nick comes out and says to everyone that he has a girlfriend. And then the ladies are saying, "Well, he was sliding in my." Oh, you didn't say Ethiopia. Wait a minute. You didn't say Ethiopia. Now listen, don't trash Ethiopia. Don't throw no shade on the Ethiopian people, because those are some beautiful people over there. I think what's her name? Is she from Ethiopia? My girl that I love that was on Potomac. What was her name? You know who I'm talking about, was on Potomac. Pretty. She was Robin's friend, but then she ended up being more like Wendy's friend. She was African as well. Yeah, I don't think he has a girlfriend. Like, where did that come from? When you're sliding in everybody's DMs with the fire emojis and all that, like, what is that? What is that? You know what I mean? Escala, that's the girl's name from Potomac. Remember the friend of Escala that that had beautiful fashions and everything, or like Aretha Franklin says, beautiful gowns. Aretha would say, rest in peace, Aretha. Now you got Tina up there with you. You're all giving the show up there right now. You're from East Africa too? Okay. You're giving a show up there in heaven right now. They is having a full concert with Prince playing the guitar, and they is having a good time up there. But I'm wondering, what is Nick's deal? I don't think he has a girlfriend, because he has some thirst trapping stuff, but I'm like, he's so geeky, nerdy, just I don't know. I don't know. Y'all, it's something to think about. Well, y'all, thanks again for coming. I appreciate it. Let's see. Tomorrow I'm gonna do. I have Thirsty Thursdays tomorrow, It's going to be the same time at 6 o'clock. And I'm going to talk about some hot topics that's going on. I got to take a look and see what's going on here. Tonight, I don't know, for those that may watch Married at First Sight, we're going to find out what Shaq has to say. Maybe he is playing in the snow, Miss Iffy. Maybe. But we're gonna see what Shaq has to say tonight on Married at First Sight. We'll see how that goes down. So I'm probably gonna see if my granddaughter will go out and get food, or we'll do some DoorDash. And also, you guys, I go on actually Aubrey's channel, and we do with some other ladies. Oh, you think Shaq was saying no? With some other ladies, we do a recap for Married at First Sight Sunday afternoons at 4:30. So if you are available, if you're in the car, put us on your phone and everything. It's on actually Aubrey's channel. Let me just go and grab her link so I can throw it in here, and come by and give us a listen, because we cut up on there. And but not listen to us. It's always, yep, here it is, right here. Let me get the link. We always cut up, and this week we're really gonna be cutting up on there about this show once we see what happens with this. And then this show that show will only have a few more episodes. So here's the link to the live coming up on Sunday on actually Aubrey's channel. So come on over. It's the holiday, and we'll have a good time laughing about Married at First Sight. And you guys, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. And let me just grab my I'm still struggling. I'm still struggling with this crazy. Let me do it. Still struggling with this thing.
Say it with me, kids. If protecting my peace makes me the villain, then bitch, my name is Thanos. Say it with me, kids. If protecting my peace makes me the villain, then bitch, my name is Thanos.
And you guys, thank you once again so much for coming over. Let me put these last comments up. Now, who's Marcus? Oh, that must be, what are you talking about? What show is, who's Marcus? That pops the question. Are you talking about, I don't even know. But I really appreciate you guys. You just don't know how much I appreciate you coming here. Go with Marcus back to Dallas. What are you talking about? That crazy show? Was it that dating show that comes on Friday nights? I can't get into. Oh yes, I can't get into it. No matter what, I cannot get into it. From day one, I could never get into that show. Just couldn't do it. Hell no. But y'all, I am going to get out of here. Once again, I appreciate it. I love you all. And thanks again. See ya.
Work, work, work. To me, I get work, 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 work. See me do me dirt, 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 dirt. So me by that work, 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 work. When you walk a line, in the cafe, try me, I deserve it. Nothing to be lurking. Yeah. You make a like, now you not like it. You know I dealt with you the nicest. Nobody touched me in the right. Nobody touched me in the crowd. crisis. I believe that all of your dreams are duration. You took my heart, all my keys, and my patience. You took my heart, I'ma leave a decoration. You mistaken my love, I brought for you my foundation. All that I wanted from you was to give me something that I never had, something that you never seen, something that you never been. But I wake up and nothing's wrong. Just get ready for work. To me, I be work. To me, I be work. See me do me dirt. So me by that work. When you walk a line. In the girl, try me, I deserve. Nothing to be lurking.
Yeah.
You make a like, now you don't like it. You know I dealt with you the nicest. Nobody touched me in the right. Nobody touched me in a crisis. I believe that all of your dreams are duration.